Today on the channel, we're going to talk about the Kobalt compact low profile truck box. So sit back and stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to do a review on a truck box here that I picked up recently at Lowe's. Item number is, I didn't remember these numbers, so I'm going to just call them out here. Item number 0844123 or model number 732152220. All this will be in the description, plus I'll put a link down in there in the description where you can find it on the Lowe's website here. Alright, now that that's all done, we can start talking about this. Alright, first let's talk about why I bought a toolbox. Now, for all my subscribers that been following me around since the very beginning, you knew that I was getting the home inspection, and this is one of the things that we bought to help do our job. And I spent many hours looking for a toolbox that would suit my needs. When you're using a Ford Ranger or any small truck like your S10 or a little Nissan pickup, sometimes it can be hard to find a toolbox that suits your needs quite right, because they don't really have many options for the little trucks. I've noticed Weather Guard only had about 2 different boxes, and they were $1,000, just about $700,000, and they were humongous. I mean, this one, as you can see, is a low profile, but the one they had stuck up about 7 1/4, which was about halfway through the window when I put the measuring tape to it, and it would block my view. So I decided not to go to the Weather Guard, other than the price was a big determining factor also on that. $1,000 was just hard to swallow. I mean, seriously, $1,000. This right here runs you about $299, which is about the average going price. I also went to Home Depot and looked at some of their boxes. They didn't have a whole lot of selection. I even looked on their website. They just didn't really have a whole lot for the little trucks. Now, if you have a full-size truck like an F-150 or 250, 350, or the whatever full size, you can get pretty much anything you want for a full-size truck. But I also went down to Tractor Supply, looked at theirs, and they had a few for the mid-size. I wasn't really impressed with their boxes. I mean, every time I looked at one of them, they were always smashed in, beat in, and they're brand new off the shelf. So I figured if they got that easily did it during transportation, what would it handle in the real world there? So I decided I didn't want something like that. Now, I found this at Lowe's a while back. I wasn't too fond about it with the curved ends. If you notice, I'll show you here in a minute, but it goes in diagonal. I always thought that was a bad ideal, because it would lose a lot of space, but it looks all right. I figured out it's a universal kit or universal thing for different trucks, and this is about the closest thing I can get that would suit my needs for this truck. The quality on it, it's okay. I'd give it maybe a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I mean, maybe a 3. I'll give it a 3. 3 stars. The thing's made in Mexico. That's already a 1-star minus right there for me. But overall, it looks nice. The paint was pretty good. It was well protected, other than some of the other ones I saw. So that's good. Locking mechanism's fairly simple on this. I'll show you guys that here in just a second. I'm trying to think if there's anything I left out here. But no, I mean, for what we got, I think I'm really happy with the box. So we'll go ahead and let's take a closer look at it. Alright guys, let's talk about the appearance of this box here. It comes in 2 different colors, polished aluminum and black, glossy black, excuse me. They don't have it in matte black yet, which was a disappointment, because I really like matte black. It's just, I guess it's a trend now, but I'm glad with the black one, so I'll take it. Now this thing overall is a very nice looking unit. It came in pretty well, no dents or anything, as you can see. Now for quality, I'd give this thing about maybe, I guess, a 3 out of 5. Some of the welds here, if you let me see if I can show you guys some inside. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it in there, but if you look at some of these welds in here, my goodness, that, seriously, couldn't we have done a little bit better than that? I mean, of course, you know, if you look at Tractor Supply and Home Depot, it's all the same. Their welds weren't much better too. I looked at them, and my brother, who is a certified weld inspector, looked at them, and he was just about shaking his head about some of them. So, but you know, what can you do about it unless you build your own, right? Well, anyway, this thing wasn't really hard to install. It didn't come with any of the mounting hardware, which was kind of another disappointment. That was actually extra if you wanted mounting hardware. All right, and they wanted to sell you that Grip-Rite, which I've read a lot of reviews on that Grip-Rite, that you know, it's supposed to be a drillless option, and it was another $25, which I kind of thought, what the heck? I mean, if I'm spending $300 on a toolbox and I can't use it, or I don't have the necessary hardware to at least mount it into the truck, and I have to go buy something else, what kind of crap is that? Seriously, I was kind of a little perturbed about that. I mean, that was one of the few things I just couldn't understand why at least didn't throw in some simple bolts or something that would have, you know, here's something so you can at least mount it if you don't want to use, you know, the high dollar. Could have thrown in some cheap stuff. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. It's like, but anyway, well, so I went ahead and got something else. I saw a lot of people on the internet here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll have to look, see to get in there. But if you look in there, I have J bolts hooked down in there. These are 5/16 by 3 inch, and I have a fender washer and a self-locking nut. I need to cut these here. This actually hasn't even been in here a day. In fact, that's why it's empty. There's nothing in it. I haven't really done anything other than mount it and then called it a day. But I need to come back and trim these so they're not sticking up so high. But that, all in all, this hardware right here cost me like $6. I mean, $1, because I went for a little bigger. They got 1/4 inch or a 5/16. I got the 5/16. Went ahead and went a little bit bigger. The holes are big enough where you can actually fit about a 3/8 bolt in there. So I tried to find a 3/8 J bolt, but they didn't have any. But that's okay. They work pretty good. They hold about I believe the tag said 140 pounds each. So I got 4 of them on there. So that'll work just great. Now let's look at the locking mechanism while we're here. Now, I gotta find my key here. You think I would have had it prepped and ready? Yeah. Let's see here. La la la. There we go. Okay. Now, when they lock here, they actually don't lock the lid like normal things, like normal truck boxes. They actually, you can see there goes the handle in and out. They lock the handle. All right. Now this kind of confused me for a little bit, because I was like, well, what about the other side? You got to unlock both of them at the same time? Oh, no, you don't. The other side can remain locked, and you can undo one, and it'll still open from either side. So whichever side you unlock will open, which I thought that was pretty cool. It's actually pretty easy and simple. So that's actually a cool little feature they got on there. Trying to think what else is there. Other than that, the overall length of this thing is about 61 and a half, if I remember right. It's like 14 inches deep and about 20 inches wide. They do have a thinner one, a 13 inch, but I thought that looked a little skinny. I mean, that would be about, probably right about in here somewhere. So I thought that was a little too skinny. All right, another thing I want to talk about is what I was kind of impressed about, what I didn't see from the other manufacturers, is they actually put some supports up here in here. Now, it's not really super thick, and it's not really super fancy. In fact, it's just tacked, you know, nastily everywhere, just here and there. But they did put some support in there, so they did think about that when building this, and that helps the keep it nice and give it some strength. Although you still can't sit on top of this, so don't try to sit on top of it. All right, and don't ask me how I know. I was actually in Lowe's the other day, and they had one of these out, the display model, and I actually sat on one, and I could hear it go bloop boop. So I was like, nope, can't sit on it. But it is strong, so it didn't really kink in so bad. But I recommend don't sit on it. So other than that, I mean, so this, out of all the other boxes I looked at, I mean, this one suited my needs the best. It had a little bit better quality than the rest. I'm not going to say it was better quality than the rest. I mean, it's but it had a little bit better quality than, you know, the Home Depots or the Tractor Supplies. I mean, it won't beat a weather guard. That's for sure. Let me tell you, it won't beat a weather guard. A weather guard, when you get a weather guard, you're buying quality there, but they want to, you got to pay a pretty penny for that stuff. But for the average working man, this right here is a good toolbox. And like I said, I really like the low profile. I wasn't really in, you know, it took me a while to love the low profile, because I just thought, man, I'm paying just the same amount for just a full-size toolbox, and I lose that much space. And you know, really, I'm not really losing any space, and I still can see out of my window clearly. I don't even know the toolbox is back there. Can't see it anywhere, so that is fantastic. Overall, I'm very happy with it, other than I wish this thing would have come with some hardware and a little bit of other color options. There is one more thing I wish they would have done, which I'm going to probably do to this box. I need to put some D-rings right in about here. I'm going to have a ladder that sits in here for our home inspection, one of those fold-up ladders, and so I need some D-rings to run chain. And so that's why I liked some of the weather guards, because they came with D-rings on them. So I'm going to have to modify this one to put some D-rings on it, which won't be no big. I'll just drill a hole and just boop, mount them in there, and that'll be nothing to it. So that's what I'm going to do there. So that's another option I wish it had. But overall, I think I'm pretty happy with the box. I mean, $300, and you just really, that's just not too bad, not too shabby for these little trucks, I guess, for a little toolbox. And I still got good use of my bed here. I still got plenty of room down there, and I still got a whole bed back here that I can use. So that's good. In fact, if I do have anything bigger, I just use my bigger truck. If I need to haul anything bigger. This thing can't really haul much since it's just a 4-cylinder, but she gets around. She's never let me down, so she's been a good truck. But anyway, so if you're looking for a toolbox, I would recommend this one. If this one suits my needs, the best thing I could tell you is to do your research and figure out what would suit your needs the best. I mean, I've seen, you know, everybody has their thing. They like, some like the Husky brand, some like Northern Tools, someone like Tractor Supply. I mean, some of you guys like the Weather Guard, which I love those. They real quality in my opinion, but way out of my price range. Way out of my price range. But overall, this one looks like a good toolbox, and it does come with a 5-year warranty. I can't believe I almost forgot that. 5-year warranty, so that's actually pretty good. Now, whether they'll honor it, I don't know. Better keep your receipt. That's what I'm going to tell you. Keep your receipt. Put it somewhere where you won't lose it. Staple it to your little booklet you get there. That way you'll have it in case you ever need to. But so far there's no problems. If there's ever a problem, you know, you guys will see an update video from me showing you guys what all went wrong with this. But other than that, I think this thing's an okay toolbox. I mean, let me down below in the comments if you've got the very same toolbox and you've had it for years and how yours has turned out. And we'll hear your story. Love to hear it. Alright guys, let's see. I don't think there's anything else really major to cover here on this, so let's move on. There you go. That's my little review on the Kobalt compact low profile truck box. Man, it's a mouthful. Overall, it's a decent truck box in my opinion. Not the best quality as some of the others, but it's better than some of the others. So it's like one of those middle of the road type truck boxes in my opinion. All right, I see that they've done a lot of improvements on this. Like Tractor Supply didn't have any reinforcement up there on the top of their lid. That's why they're all bent in. This one does. So even though it's not, you know, super strong stiffness, it's the thought that counts, I guess. They did put something there, so it does help keep it a little bit straight. Overall, it doesn't take up too much of your bed. They got smaller ones of this if you want to. If you want a little bit smaller so you can still have some more use of your bed. I got a few other color options, which, like I said, I wanted matte black. I don't know why they don't come in matte black. I like matte black. Overall, I think this is a pretty decent middle-of-the-road toolbox, is my overall assessment of this. And like I said, I mean, this is good for the little trucks. It's a universal fit and it fits on. There's just not really a whole lot of options for your little trucks anymore. So guys, I am going to end it there. There isn't really much to say about it. I mean, it's still brand new. I haven't quite got all the quirks out of it, figured it all out, but it's pretty simple. The lock mechanism is pretty simple to operate, so that was good. Once you read the instructions, it always helps. So guys, I'm going to call it a day here, and we will see you later. All right, you guys stay safe out there.